8 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, Paul,
Here.
Dean,
All right, here.
Bernie,
Here.
Neil,
Here.
Courtney's here, Jason,
Here.
Corey.
Here.
Amanda and Lisa are also here, Bailey Elkins. All right. First of all, any additions to the agenda? Okay, motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. The minutes of the last meeting, did everybody have a chance to review those? And are there any changes, corrections, additions? If not, does anybody have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the May 9th meeting?
I have one question real quick. We did it's the minimum, 1387 for pump key last meeting minutes? From Pump Systems, water key? Yes,
Yep.
and is that also, did we have to buy a second one?
No,
Okay, so
no.
this,
What it was those two charges that were on there, the 1387 was not included on your last meeting because they were submitted afterwards.
okay,
But I gave them to you guys because I had them, so I should have waited probably for the new one because they're actually on your new report now.
Yeah, I
So
did see
they've
that.
already been approved, so that was kind of my jumping ahead of things, so.
I move we accept the meeting minutes as presented.
second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And motion carries.
Courtney,
Yeah.
before we move to the bills,
Yes.
could I introduce our intern
Yes, of
real
course.
quick? So Bailey Elkins is our new intern for the park board. So she is going to come up and just give a little introduction. I know some of you guys met her already, but this is Bailey Elkins. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I am your county parks intern, and I'm from Richardson, North Dakota, and I am currently a student at DSU. So I have gotten the chance in the past to work with Lisa through volunteer opportunities. So I'm very thankful that has turned into an internship that I can get the opportunity to see and learn so many more things that I regularly wouldn't have. So, yeah, thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Seems like you're out there quite a bit working and just filling in all
Yeah.
the gaps, so that's good.
She's saved us a few times at concession stand last year. Welcome, Vicky.
Definitely a good hand, so I'm very appreciative that we get her.
All right, we'll move on to the bills to approve. Do you want to go through those individually and then we'll approve the total if we don't have any changes?
So what you guys have listed in front of you is basically what's on your sheets from the approval report for the two accounts, the 1,045.15, 816, that's 6928.70. And as Commissioner Whitehead said, there's a couple of the pump system ones. Those two pump system ones were approved at the last meeting, just because of the timing of when they came in, so those ones were added on, so they're missing out of this piece of it. And then the jam pest control, that $215 one is missing off of your list as well on your agenda. And then on the special one for the special projects one, the 2710-4620-000, those ones are 41,380.17. So a total of 48,308.87 just in those two.
I have a question on the
Sure.
approval of bills report. What's 911 phone system? Do we charge separately for 911 services?
So that's in a different, so if you look below that, the 1,045.15 where it says county park, that's where ours start. So we're all in the general fund, so when
Oh,
you get
okay.
this report,
Gotcha,
yep, that's why it does it. So ours are just the ones below that.
gotcha. Thanks.
I know, they're hard to see when they,
So on the restrooms with the 41,380, so we'll have Willie Wynn's bill for the exterior concrete,
yes, I have not seen that yet.
and we'll
so-
have the central mechanical for the pressure pump and the installation of that. Is there
Yes.
anything else that we're
And
gonna?
electrical to
Oh, the
wire
electric
that up,
hookup.
yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So those we should have by the next meeting, I would guess. And you do have that pay estimate in front of you as well. If you look at that, that one is getting close to the contract price, less the retainage, the 21,647.80 in retainage still. So they're getting close to the contract price that we had on there, so. Look at that one.
Madam Chairman, I would move that we approve the payment of the bills for a total of 48,308.87.
48,308.87.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a second?
Can you say that price again? 48,380.07?
48,308.87. Anyway, that's what it says on the boards.
So we're looking for a second or any questions or clarifications, anything?
Corey's doing some studying. I'll wait till he's done or I'll second it.
I can second it.
Okay.
I'm good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Corey seconds. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. Paul?
Aye.
Dean?
Aye.
Bernie?
Aye.
Neil?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Jason?
Aye.
Corey?
Aye.
All right, bills are approved to the tune of 48,308.87. Move on to County Park Director's report.
Another question, would they ever figure anything out on that pump? You know, we had that issue with the pump and the bearing that was all rusted out and you guys,
Oh, yeah, they temporarily fixed that.
right?
They've got a housing ordered for that at Pump Systems, so that'll come in and then they'll install it in the fall when we're kind of all done. It seems to work pretty good. They siliconed it and put a clamp on it to hold it in place and it's working. So unless something
Is there pressure
happens.
behind that, that if it would let go when nobody's there, that?
Yes,
So,
it could potentially happen, but with the clamp on there, I don't think it will do anything. We just check it
Okay.
regularly. And Southwest Water they're pretty good about saying, hey, you're using all kinds of water, what's going on? Even if we have a toilet leaking, they'll call and find out what we're doing. But yeah, it is a possibility no matter what we do, so,
Is there a drain in the floor?
Yes.
In that room too?
yes. Yeah,
Bernie, the parts did come in last week. And I think we feel pretty confident. It's kind of strange what happened. There's a casting there and somehow over the winter, this res like disappeared out of it. But anyway, I think it's fine.
Yep.
And we don't want to take it down just in case when we get into the pump, there's something else wrong, then we have nothing.
Right.
Okay, Lisa?
So just to give you a little bit of an update, this weekend we're preparing to hold the Polo Cross event, first time ever in our state, I think even, but in Dickinson. So we're going to put them on the hill that we leveled, and they're mowing it right now to get it all in shape, and we'll walk it and make sure there's no holes or rocks for them. And these people come in, they'll start coming in on Wednesday. We're pulling people from Canada and Wisconsin, New York,
Right.
Texas, Oklahoma.
Regular polo?
It's polo cross, so it's a polo and lacrosse combined. So
Polo.
it's going to be pretty interesting. The press will be out there, so you'll see some part of it, and I'll try and get some video so everybody can see what it actually is. So
How did they find us or, choose this place?
just heard about our facility and just saw it online and said, I think we could make something work. And then they actually went on Google Earth and said, we'd rather not be in an arena, we'd rather be on grassy area, and asked if that would work. And I just told them, yep, we'll make it work. So it'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds. So
It's with horses too?
yes,
Wow.
yep. Just like polo, except they use a net instead of a
Yeah.
mallet. So
And throw it to one another?
So we'll see how it works. I don't know. And they did say, Jason, you're a horse guy, that you want to come there. She's doing a clinic for anybody that wants to try out, and they have really good horses that you can try on, and so
The horses are probably smarter than the rider at that point.
probably.
Didn't Jason just heal up from a riding injury?
Well, he should,
Yeah,
his
I
legs
did,
should be
and
tough
I don't think
now.
I'll try anything new.
So, and then on the restrooms, I don't know, Neil, do you have anything that you want to add to restrooms at all?
No, other than we're close to functional.
Yeah, and this is an old picture now, because
Yeah.
I should have put it one with the concrete. The concrete looks really nice. They did a good job pouring, and everything is going good. I am having the restrooms rekeyed, because they have 4 or 5 different keys, but I'm rekeying to the master, so they're the same as all of those, so there'll be a little fee to that, but that should be pretty minimal. But we're just hooking up the pressure tanks. Everything is installed, and they'll turn on the water and see if we can get toilets to flush, and if they are, we're good to go. So
So
that's,
that could
just-
happen in a few days?
yeah, yep. We're hoping, he thought by Wednesday, but just barring any other issues, but they've tested for leaks and done all of that already, and so we know those are all good, so just waiting to see. It'll be a good investment out into that facility. People are excited for it, so. And then, obviously, we've been keeping up with weed eating. Our weed eater keeps breaking down on me, so I'm gonna take it in and just see if there's a repair that they can do or something that they can do on it without us having to replace it. But what I may have to do is buy another one, because we're running pretty short with just one for 2 facilities. So that makes it pretty hard for the other person to kind of stand there with our intern. So we may end up doing that. I've got money in my budget to do that if we need to, but I'm hoping that they can rework this one and make it so it's not a huge cost, and it's all weigh whether it's worth it to repair it or just buy a different one. So I'll have a little bit of an update on that for you. Dickinson Parks and Rec did take over Lakeview, starting to maintain it as of this week. We've sprayed it and mowed it a few times, so it does look pretty decent, but they're gonna take it over, and then we'll start any of the planning pieces to it as we get a chance, but it'll happen in the fall when we start tearing everything out and redoing that to the specs, which we'll talk about here a little bit later. So that's really all I have for you for an update.
Just a really quick comment. I know we're pretty good about posting things on the social media page for the fairgrounds, but since the restrooms have consistently been the #1 complaint about the facility, I'm hoping that we've got some big kind of announcement planned.
I
that,
do.
Look, we have
do.
flushable toilets now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll be a big thing, because a lot of people watch this meeting, and so they see that on here, but I will actually do it on social media as well, so that they all know, and on our website. Several people go to that for updates too, so we'll make sure that's out there and get some more drumming up of some business with it, so, yep.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're moving on to old business. Lakeview Park, mentioned it a little bit.
So you have, that red copy there is Wind Construction, and so this was the, request of the neighborhood, was to save and replace that tennis court, which we were going to just take out and make a green space. What they've said was they all have yards. They don't need green space. They need this. This is where their kids learn to ride bikes, they learn to do things, play tennis and whatever else, and they would really like us to consider that. And so I told them I would get an estimate on replacing that concrete. And this is the estimate, and it's $62,582. And I told them if we choose to do that, we would still go ahead with the other portion, planting the trees and doing that, and just make arrangements for this and add this into the budget for 2025 if we did that. Unless you guys want to do it sooner, then we can do that, but.
Refresh my memory, what did we allocate or approve?
The playground on the other side, and basically green space on this side, and then parking.
Okay, but I
The
mean
dollar amount, it
dollars.
was
Oh, $125,000.
So this 70, or excuse me, the
This would be an
62 would be
addition.
over and above that,
Yes.
okay? And it's not the Southwest Speedway project, it's the.
No.
Got it,
Yep,
okay.
yep, it's Lakeview, yep.
Well, we were trying to get away from this. I mean, this is just another maintenance item that's gonna cost us down the road, but
Well, I think maintenance at this point would go back to the city after this, right?
The maintenance part of it is, we'll still have to, if we ever had to replace it in the MOU with Dickinson Parks and Rec, it would be,
no, we're still on. the
we
hook
would
for-
still be
But by then,
capital.
by then you and I will be gone.
And the current concrete was poured in 1978, so that's quite a longevity of that, so
So
I would
there's no, I
assume.
mean, like I said, we were trying to put some value on green space, and I know that they don't need
Yeah.
the green space, but it's, the park is not just for them either.
Correct, correct.
I think the green space will end up being a dog disposal place. Not for the dogs, but for the dogs to dispose.
Not a pet cemetery, no. Could be, could be.
I'm not does anybody play tennis? I mean, is a concrete tennis court even like, something that, is it desirable?
Put a pickleball court in, it's smaller, put some basketball, I mean, everybody plays pickleball now.
Not everybody, Paul doesn't play
No,
pickleball.
I don't play.
He's not man enough yet.
Suck it up, suck it up.
Is there a pickleball court in Dickinson somewhere?
South side, exterior.
Yeah, and that's a lot of money for concrete just to learn to ride a bike on. So,
I mean, I would be more, I mean, the only way I'd be basketball hoops. I mean,
Well, I mean,
but
that,
then we're gonna get complaints that people are out there playing basketball, making too much noise.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll
It's
get that.
Catch-22 here.
The hoops were originally there. Would they take the rims off the boards, if I remember right, or what?
Yeah, it's just the surface is dirt now
Right, got
instead
it.
of asphalt.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we're just gonna take that down, because that's on the playground side right now.
Got it.
Yep.
I mean, I think it may be too small for a dog park, probably. But, I mean, maybe we could save it for maybe phase 2 of,
That's what I was thinking. Let's get the playground in and then take a look at this, see if there's a big demand for $62,000 bike riding learning facility, kind of deal.
or, yeah, or even maybe we put another playground over there. Maybe it's so popular, I just, like, once you throw the concrete down, you're kind of limited what you can do here.
I don't know how flat the space is, but
It's flat.
if you
yeah.
throw up a couple soccer nets, I don't know if anybody's ever driven by the soccer fields on Monday, but like soccer is getting really crazy here, and there's not a lot of practice space other than that. I mean,
That's good thinking.
There's a lot of kids out there who use it, I think.
Yeah, if you ever go and they have the soccer for the little guys out there.
Yeah, it's nuts.
They're also utilizing a park up, I believe it's just southeast of Walmart there that they're using as a soccer field too for practice and everywhere playing soccer.
And I'm not suggesting like paint lines on it or anything, but get a couple nets
The
out there.
nets are
People do a lot
inexpensive,
with that.
Yeah.
part of it. You
Yeah.
wanna do that?
You just take them down in the fall and put them up in the spring. But, so then you would tear out the concrete, plant grass.
Yes, and that was part of the original plan, was we were tearing that out regardless.
And then we still
Yeah.
maintain it? We still mow the lawn and everything?
Dickinson Parks and Rec.
Okay.
as
Because that's what you would
MOU.
plan to try to get away from
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
first.
They're gonna take
Yeah.
over the maintenance. We're just, we have to stay connected via capital for future projects and, replacement and so on and so
But
forth. But
this has kind of been going on for this will be a third year that they've asked, right? They asked about this will be the third summer? They asked 2 summers ago?
Right, right. When
We
we
have
found
yet
out
to
we
do
owned
anything?
it, we knew we had to do some changes and major changes, so that's what we,
I'd be
done
more
the
inclined to
last.
just leave it as, the plan as is, and, maybe phase 2, we do something different. But
Yeah, I think once we clean it up and see what the utilization is out there, it would be better off making a decision then.
we are gonna plant some trees in this area,
Yes.
Lisa, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna beautify it a little bit. Maybe we can put some benches in there and whatnot, and
Just don't plant any trees in the middle of it in case we wanna
nope,
change it.
they're all on the edges, yep.
When is that starting?
In the fall, yep, in the fall they'll start doing, depending on what I guess Al stepped out.
When
but
does the
schedule.
playground go in?
That'll also be in the fall. We'll have everything prepped, and then Dickinson Parks and Rec has agreed to put it together. And then we told them we'd have a few people to help with that too, and they'll do it. in
Man,
the
we've
fall.
really been dragging this thing out. Like, this board has been dragging it out.
Well, it took a little bit to get a plan and to do some of that.
Anything with
just
government,
trying to-
that's just the way it works.
Yeah.
I mean, we meet once a month, so I mean,
Yeah.
but this is always
But
been
just
a
right
plan.
now, like, we could put in a soccer field right now. Like, how hard is that? Tear that out, I can go over there with a skid steer myself. Tear it out and plant the grass.
we definitely would save us some money.
Yeah, like, I mean, if we're gonna do, we should say, hey, this is something we're gonna do and get it done. Like, this is, I don't know, those people came in and they were just, hey, can we do something with it?
Yeah.
Dang near 3 years ago.
It
And we
was
haven't
3
done
years.
nothing.
Yeah.
I think funds were just allocated this fiscal year for it though.
Yes.
We just spent
Budgeting.
125 grand, so.
Yeah, and the reason why we didn't was because they asked for us to consider this change.
Uh-huh.
So we pushed it out to be able to get the concrete estimate and some of
Oh,
those
gotcha,
things. So
gotcha.
it did take a couple extra months
But
in
we
there,
are
but
also trying to work around work schedules of
yes.
our crews
Yes.
and Dickinson as well. We knew it was gonna be a
Yeah.
fall project just because.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
Yep, going into it, yep.
So
Gotcha.
is this something that needs to be voted on then? No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's a proposal, if we don't wanna vote on it, then.
I would suggest that you do make a motion, just simply so that they have a yes or no kind of I don't know, maybe you don't have to, but.
I move that we forego the concrete project at Lakeview Park for the time being. We'll revisit it in the future.
Okay, there's a motion to forego the concrete proposal.
I'll second it.
Second by Neil. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, new business, 2024 committed funding approval, Home on the Range fundraiser, jackpot.
So we have, Home on the Range would be for this month at the $3,000, and then obviously Rough Rider Days. We've got them as a committed 85,000. They'll submit their reimbursements, so I don't need a check for that one, as I work with Sherry on that one. And then, one that I'd like to add on here is Diamond J Productions, for $2,000. They'll do a jackpot, for the, also for a fundraiser for Home on the Range. I think we've proven over the last couple years that we've helped Home on the Range immensely with this event that we do. And I'd like to see more people show up on that Friday, Saturday. We have Saturday morning, we've got the youth rodeo that Connie Ordahl puts on for the kids. And then a lot of people come to that for their kids and then attend the jackpot afterwards. So I'd like to add that one on so we get more people and they turn over the funds to Home on the Range.
What's the date on that?
That would be the 14th and 15th of June.
June.
Yes.
The sixth, does it go on the 16th as well?
Yeah, the
That was Friday
16th
through
is the
Sunday.
Home on the Range
Okay.
jackpot itself.
And
Yep.
what's
So
the
the-
ask, 3,000 extra or 2,000?
2 extra,
2,000?
yep, for Diamond J Productions.
So it would be 1,000
That's in
extra on
May.
Friday and 1,000 extra on Saturdays.
Yes, correct.
Barrel racing jackpot?
Yes. Mhm. And they provide all the kids to do everything, set barrels, and they bring the kids out to do some things and talk with everybody. And they want to come to this meeting and thank you guys, because it actually pays for their entire equine therapy program and their trimming, shoeing, anything they need for the horses veterinarian-wise, feed. They raise a lot of money here through what we are able to give them.
How many years have they been doing that? with
This will
us?
be year number 5. Yep.
We usually get a pretty nice turnout. so
Yeah,
that's good.
they do. Yep. And it's fun to see the kids out there that are learning things and they just get kind of a refreshed idea of what life is and can be for them. And they're pretty proud because some of their horses actually come here and some of the people race them, so it's pretty neat.
So these are all, I mean, we funded, got check marks by most, or a few of them. Are you waiting for approval on the remainder of them?
Yeah, so what I did was I provided you guys with the list of the ones that I've talked to and committed funds to, based on your approval, and then every month I just bring them to you for individual approvals. Unless you want me to do it differently, but that's what you guys
So
agreed
we're
on
just looking for
before.
approval for the June, what you're adding?
For these 3, yep,
Gotcha.
yeah. Because the polo cross, we did the last one so that we'd have the check for them this month in case something happened to the meeting.
Okay, so we need a motion for the Home on the Range. You want to do those separately, the 3,000 and then the 2,000 extra via Diamond J Productions?
Yeah, I would say just
Okay.
because they are going to 2 different, she's actually the one that puts on their jackpot for them.
How fluid is that 85,000 to Rough Rider, for Rough Rider days? I mean, you say they're gonna invoice us after the fact, I mean.
What they do is they provide their canceled checks of what they spent it on. So they'll do some for the rodeo, some for the concert, and some for the derby, and then we just approve them and reimburse up to that amount. And then for their breakaway cattle, this year, it's really difficult, because even the ones, well, you probably know that too, the calves are so high-priced. So that one is kind of an unknown at this point of how many entries they're gonna get. Our rodeo turned into a qualifier for a Mandan rodeo that has 30,000 added in September. So I think we're gonna get quite a few entries here. So it'll be a good rodeo, plus with moving the date, I think we're gonna have quite a few entries.
So I guess historically, I mean, I think last year we allocated 85,000
Yes.
towards the Rough Rider days as well.
Yes.
Did they come under, or did they go over? Where were they at?
They're always over that amount. It costs them about 350,000 to do all 3 of those events by the time they bring in. The concert's probably the most expensive for them, just because of who they have that comes in for the concert, and then their rain insurance and all of that. Rain insurance is ridiculous, but they have to have it.
So we're committed to probably over 85,000.
No, we just cap it at 85.
Yeah, and
it
then
at
the
85. I got you.
breakaway I'll bring back to the board. I always reserve a little bit for that. So I have about 8 reserved just for other events, and it probably won't even come close. Last year, I think it was 2,200 for the breakaway cattle.
So
just to get them
depending
to
on the
do
breakaway cattle, you could go over the 85,000.
Yeah, but that'll be a separate, that's a separate
Okay.
thing with them, so, yeah.
So I don't know who has information on the Rough Rider Commission. The city contributes to these events as well, right?
Yes.
You don't know what their contribution
I
is?
don't,
Okay.
no. I just know they give them the money, I think they give them, is it 10 or 15 for the fireworks, and they do some of those events for the city.
It'd be interesting to get a kind of a spreadsheet on the entire, where, you know, June 20th through July, whatever.
Rough Rider Commission.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
what they
they'll provide
spend,
it.
what we spend, what the city spends, you
Yep.
know, how that all looks, and, I mean.
Yeah, we can bring
For
that.
informational
Yep.
only, if
Yep.
anything.
I
else.
can
And they
request that
fundraise
for
too,
you.
right? They go out after
Yeah, I mean, they
sponsors
sell
and
the
everything else.
Tickets to the
They
concert.
hold
and-
breakfasts and.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
Well, our next meeting's July 2nd, so it'd be kind of right in the thick
Yeah.
of it, so we'd have a good idea. Okay,
Question, so like, when we voted no on the concrete, so is that like if we had voted yes, we'd had to do a roll call vote? But since we vote no, it's just an unanimous vote, or are we supposed to
Well,
do?
we're not spending money. I don't know what the technical part of it would be, but
That's Amanda's question.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't asking to spend money. so
I understand that, but I was just thinking it's a financial,
And I'm not really sure we needed a motion of any kind.
right,
Right.
if it doesn't get,
Because you weren't taking really any action.
right.
That was basically just an estimate.
oh, yeah,
Gotcha.
yep.
The 85,000, so the park board has always came with a sum of money for the Rough Rider Days?
Correct, yep.
So do the Rough Rider Days, they built the arena, right? The Rough Rider Committee?
No, we
No.
did.
No,
No,
The park board built.
Board and Fair Board, yep.
And so obviously we don't rent it back to them for this event, right?
So they have an agreement with the Fair Association. There was a 10-year agreement in place that it will expire in 2026. We pushed it 1 year for COVID. So that'll expire, and then they will be charged to utilize the arena and the concessions and all of that.
That was in exchange for a bunch of equipment and things we took
Yes,
over.
the
in.
old arena, equipment and rakes and shovels and,
So then basically we'll take the rent out of the 85,000 in the future.
potentially.
Gotcha.
So that would be payable to the Fair Association, so depending on what they work out, how that works.
Gotcha.
So, yep,
But right now, the park board is a major sponsor of this.
yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. So in my budget, and you probably know because you've seen it, but there's an allocation for fair events and community events to bring things to the community, and that's part of this
Gotcha.
amount. Yep.
And how many years are we into that? We must be,
Well, they got 8.
That we've done it?
with the Rough Rider Commission, as far as the exchange on what we got from them.
Oh, yeah, they would be, it started in 2017, yeah, when the facility opened.
But the county's been involved way prior
Oh, yeah.
to that, when it was
Yes.
over at the PSU facility.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Do they have any kind of deal what this brings to the community? As far as financial, do they have things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, you know, the CVB has their little estimate, but I don't know what it is
Oh, gotcha.
off the top of my head. It's obviously significant.
Yep.
okay, so, I guess we're looking, first at the Home of the Range, $3,000 spend.
Yeah. Madam Chairman, I'd move we approve the $3,000 for the Home on the Range fundraiser jackpot.
All right, Neil made the motions, or second?
Second.
Corey seconds. Any other discussion?
The 2,000 for the jackpot is in the 3,000, right?
Nope,
No,
that'll
that'll
be
be-
That's over and
separate.
above, so it'll be 5,000 for home on
We'll
the,
have to make a separate motion here.
oh, gotcha,
So
okay.
this is just the 3,000
Okay.
right now. Any other discussion or questions? Not Paul,
Aye.
Dean,
Aye.
Bernie,
Aye.
Neil?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Jason?
Aye,
Corey?
Aye.
Okay, so that passes.
So, Madam Chairman, I would move that we approve $2,000 to the Diamond J Production event, June 14th and 15th.
Okay, so that would be an extra 2,000 for the Diamond J. Is there a second?
Second.
40 seconds. Any other discussion? Not. Paul?
Aye.
Dean?
Aye.
Bernie?
Aye.
Neil?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Jason?
Aye.
Corey?
Aye.
All right, that passes. And then finally, the Rough Rider Days, 85,000, which could potentially increase depending on the breakaway livestock entries.
That will just come as a separate request.
Yeah, so the.
Okay,
80
so this is just the 85,000.
85,000.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Is there a motion to approve the $85,000 capped amount?
Make a motion to approve the 85,000 for the Rough Rider Days Rodeo Concert Derby.
Okay, Corey makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, 18 seconds. And discussion?
Question, yeah. So we're approving this, 85,000, and the breakaway, do we approve that
The next meeting.
the next meeting? Oh,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
Okay.
And it'll already be.
It's unknown, the cost,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't want you guys to just approve an unknown cost.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We have a motion in a second, right? Okay.
Correct.
Paul?
Aye.
Dean?
Aye.
Bernie?
Aye.
Neil?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Jason?
Aye.
Corey?
Aye.
Right. Okay. That is it. I think that's, anything else? If not, the regular meeting is July 2nd is our next one. Motion to adjourn, I guess.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye.